is there any techniques on the mat that you find are, you know, we can even start with judo. Like, are there any techniques that you found that you kind of migrate or have started to migrate toward due to the lower risk of injury or even jujitsu?
Yeah, in judo, it's for to lower the risk, everything is more dropping because you get momentum to help you with rolling, instead of especially getting someone to move. Well, it's like if you're training with somebody at a high level, then any technique or whatever is going to be good because the understanding of movement is going to help you. But let's say you're training with somebody who's not, who's a little bit stiffer, which 90% of people are, standing, you don't want to try any winding hip throws like seonagis from standing because man, there's a lot of torque and tension.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people defend wrong, and then that could blow out a knee,
Yeah.
blow out a back, a shoulder. So I have a tendency now if I do a lot of drop sales, and um, now for low risk injuries, it's all ashiwaza. So a lot of footwork, diashis, kochis,
Got it.
koshis, where it's very like, okay, low risk of myself getting hurt, and it's fun just trying to foot sweep people. It's you know I like to do so. In jujitsu wise, I feel like whatever is your body limitations. Obviously, if you're super flexible and your joints are great, man, you can basically try anything possible.
Mm-hmm.
But if obviously you're not the most like myself, I'm not gonna invert on anything or I'll break in half. And as soon as I invert, you're taking me to the hospital for a month.
Yep.
Uh, or a lot of like super deep daily hiva positions, obviously because of my knee now too, where it's the thing. They talk about old school jiu-jitsu, half guard, closed guard, but as old school as they are, as still as modern as can be, the closed guard is a very advanced modern jiu-jitsu. Mika
Yeah.
Gaval, such a beautiful one at the highest level,
Yep.
closed guard. And if you look at Shanji still competing, he's an older gentleman. Lovato's an older gentleman, and they're still able to compete with these younger generation. Why? Because they focus on fundamental movement of jiu-jitsu, and they have a very high level of modern jiu-jitsu. But their jiu-jitsu period, as they say, I have to give credit for their whole timeless jiu-jitsu, right? It's very true. Like Shanji is obviously one of the biggest pioneers of the sport. He's always been one of my major influence of jiu-jitsu as Shanji has, and he moves and Hodger and all those guys. You can see they're able to train all the way into this year because
Yeah.
they just
Shanji is
focus on
competing. I think
at the
Shanji
world.
and Lovato are competing in adult this weekend at
Yeah,
Worlds 2022.
it's amazing, and it goes back to that theory. They know their body's limitations. They adapt jujitsu to their body. Perfect. And I feel all these younger generations, they will adapt their body to maintain that level as they grow, which the adaptation will be different than from Shanji's and Lovato's. When they were younger and coming up, jiu-jitsu wasn't as detailed
Fancy.
today. Yeah,
Yeah.
very. Um, so I feel like that's what you need to figure out if you're training is how to adapt the techniques to your body limitations and know if I'm in a position that is not good for my body, man, just tap or let
Yeah.
it go
Yeah.
because why? You don't even want to be there anyway. And you I train with Leo a lot, Leo Vieira, which is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite of all times, and he's older,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy has not an ego at all. He just you want to sweep him, okay? He just readjusts, and he sweeps you back in less than a minute,
Yeah.
and he. So I like listening to him. So I get a lot of my information from Leo because of how training with him, it's man, he does not care. if he finds himself in a position that's dangerous, he just changes it. He lets you sweep. He puts himself in a position that he can recover very quickly. He's confident and he'll sweep you back. So since I've kind of taken that on into more of my training realm, I feel like I'm not getting hurt, or I'm allowing myself to be like, okay, I don't really care, like I'm just going to jump in here and put myself in a better situation. Now I don't have to worry about getting injured. I'm still training. I'm still having fun. I may not have got the pass or the sweep that I wanted, but again, we're training. I'm not competing for anything in the next month, 2 months, probably. So it's like, have fun. Like,